It's a problem.
It is a problem. F-slur. Can we just say it? Come on.
We can't. You can't. If you want to keep your job, you cannot say that word.
Give us back some slurs. They can't get rid of all of them.
We'll trade you.
Well, I think retarded is coming back. I think they've accepted that they took too many of them. And I was always
need to say retarded though. I need to call people F-slur. I need it.
To be fair, give me one.
I've sucked cocks.
There you go. I should just give you a solid sound bite so I have to stop hearing that awful stitched together.
Even funnier.
It's so bad.
All right, are we ready to do the show? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Remixed.
Problem in the universe.
Hey, welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the show that ranks every problem in the universe from Kobe sliders to weather deniers. I wrote down so many shitty jokes. I forgot the one. I put it in a box of non-remembrance over here.
You guys missed the 5 minutes of us trying to come up with a good opening rhyme.
I'm your host, Dick Masterson, and joining me as always is Vito Links.
Hi, Dick. How are you?
Great. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you for supporting us at patreon.com/biggest problem. We have a new bonus episode up.
Yeah. People really liked the bonus episode.
They did.
They loved it.
Yeah, they really, because it was great.
It was really good for some reason. When you guys, and the fun part about the bonus episodes, people send us their problems on our Discord channel, which you get access to as a patron. And I guess it's fun when people give us problems to rant on. Because we're off the cuff. It's spontaneous.
It was weird doing a comedy show with a comedian and not having all these notes and fucking practice. You're like, well, yeah, let's just do it. I'm like, oh, that's odd. Okay.
Yeah, because you were like, I don't know what we do for a bonus problem show. And I'm like, oh, we can just take them. We can just riff on them.
Yeah, sure. It was more than that, though. I don't want it to seem like it was just riffing.
Well, what's interesting is that we went from a very simple problem and then we the idea of waiting. Being prison basically is just waiting.
Yeah. It is
waiting
the worst.
Is such a problem that we use it to punish criminals.
That was just right off the top of my
that was
the fucking mind.
Such a good point, though. It really was.
That's a great problem. I saw the two complaints about the bonus episode were, number one, that they're like, what, isn't it supposed to be solutions?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought this was really good. Yeah, why do you want it to be ever I saw a couple where are the solutions? I'm like, why do you care?
I don't know. The solutions are up to you, bud. Yeah. We're just doing problems. I don't know what kind of show this you think is, where the show debates itself in
the universe.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Different show.
And then the other one, I saw some guy say, well, wait a minute. Does that mean that only like 5 or 10% of your audience votes on this one? I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know, bud. That's up to you.
You can vote on those problems even if you haven't listened to the episode. There's no rule.
That's true.
You can just see the problem and go, waiting is a big problem.
It is a big problem.
You're going to vote.
There's no gotchas, you know? It's not like you're going to get tricked into voting on waiting and like, oh, they were talking about waiting because you're a gay virgin. Oh, shit.
Oh, they were talking about, being wait staff, and I voted. Sorry.
I voted on waiting, the concept.
Should there be a long description for each problem on the sites? Exactly.
Now we're getting into what I was afraid of.
People overthinking the entire concept.
Notes. Okay, so we had last week, patreon.com/biggest problem. We had sustainability. Well, wait a minute. There we go. Sustainability.
Yep.
That's me. Big win.
Big win.
Big winner. People don't like sustainability.
No.
Celebrity voice actors came in second.
Solid number 2.
Yeah. Then stupid food trends for you.
Number
also.
3. I thought that would be higher.
No, because people like it.
People like all that stupid
fun
shit.
What are you just going to eat? Paste?
Yeah.
Like goo? Go to the store brand store and buy a can of nutrients.
Like I went to
I
went to a barbecue restaurant the other day and I didn't ask for, some fucking Korean marinated whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I just got a big old chicken fried steak. It was delicious.
Because of guys like you, we wouldn't have barbecue. Because you'd have been there going just eat this.
No, barbecue.
Just eat the meat on the fire. What do you need to put some kind of sugar?
Barbecue is.
You're like Grumpy Smurf.
You think sauce is a fucking food trend?
You'd be back there going, sauces, just
There's
eat meat.
There's a natural evolution of food, and it's not wrapping a bunch of garbage around a hot dog and frying it incorrectly.
Think of it as a variant. I know you love your COVID variants so much. Think of the food as a variant.
I'm waiting for the Omega variant where everyone who got vaccinated gets superpowers. You guys are going to feel like idiots.
The superpower of shooting clotted blood out of your, like Spider-Man. You can shoot ropes of blood and swing.
And having wild seizures that only affect one of our limbs.
What was it? Oh, Macho Weatherman came in last.
Came in negative, I thought.
No, it didn't. I don't think it was negative.
You might have to check. It was pretty close.
I think you're lying. I think this is more Vito fake news.
No, I do like to deliver the fake news.
They were all problems. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
Weatherman. Macho.
-6.
Oh, shit!
Cocksucker, yeah.
How is that possible?
Negative, baby.
It's because of the name. I should have named it Weather Deniers.
Weather Deniers.
Like the Holocaust.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
It's
not cold. It's not cold.
As the Holocaust, whatever the metaphor is.
As I was saying, I think you needed to cover all sides of the issue. You didn't talk enough about the guys who go, oh, it's not hot.
You're right.
It's not hot out.
You're right. Because you made it personal about me and I got defensive instead of keeping my eyes focused on the prize.
With it. Now, somebody on Reddit, I should have printed it out, really did not like my suggestion of tallying both problems.
Yeah, because it's dumb.
All right, well, then just go with the first one.
I got some comments where Kent Lee says, Vito is insane. Korean corn dogs are super good. You get the extra types.
The extra types?
There is this, spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
There is this place in Arcadia called Chun, which started this trend, and they are so fucking good. Maybe if Vito's, no apostrophe, fat ass didn't inhale the corn dog.
I couldn't inhale it. It was raw. It was raw in the middle.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
He could actually taste it.
Yeah.
Did you know that's what he was going to say?
Oh, thank you. Because I just shoved it in one fucking thing down this sugar coat. I want to know if
how long does it take you to eat a hot dog?
I don't know. It depends on the hot dog. Some hot dogs are tiny, like a Costco hot dog. It takes takes a couple minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Big Swinging Nick says, Dick, don't let Vito convince you he won. The winner for the episode is whoever brought in the biggest problem for that episode. That's why it's called the biggest problem in the universe, not the highest total score if you combine the total votes of the problems from last episode. I think he's right.
Yeah, well.
Opeth said, maybe Mario is like Danny DeVito and is actually 4'10" in real life, and when he gets the mushroom, he grows to a normal man size, and Peach is just tall for an average woman. This confirms that Danny DeVito should have played Mario in the movie. Luigi is a lot taller than Mario, but maybe he's just like 5'5" or something. Did you ever think of that?
Well, Luigi in the original game is the same size as Mario. We're having this weird Mario canon thing, where your Mario canon is the original game strictly.
Yeah. Actually, my canon starts with Donkey Kong.
Right.
Because that was Mario's
farther back.
So does Nintendo's. Paula, whatever his name is in the New Donk City. And she's huge. She's gigantic. It makes even less sense. The women
and her hair color has changed.
She's huge. Yeah. Mario is like at her pussy height.
Right.
Peach is his size, cartoonishly. And there's no mushroom.
And Donkey Kong's not even in the city named for him. Explain that.
It's ridiculous. Hey, Dick and Vito, the problem with lab-grown meat is that a lot of the animals that we raise for slaughter would either go extinct or would run wild and become invasive. We're going to have invasive cows? Is that what he's...
Right.
This sounds reasonable.
Like, trying to make that point. They're like, well, then, what happens to all the animals? We just kill them all? I'm like, no, we don't kill them. Breed more of them. And
that's what we do.
Die. Well, yeah, we'll kill them for meat. And we'll eat that meat and then slowly phase it out in favor of the lab grown. Well, yeah, we're not going to have invasive...
Like mosquitoes, going to be chickens flying at you all summer. As sundown hits, we're like, oh, fuck, get on the chicken repellent.
Your kids try to go outside. And Oh, God.
Kids coming in with feathers sticking out of all over him, his pants and shit.
Not to mention, people were talking about the wild hogs are a problem. They actually cleared all the wild hogs from Oklahoma.
Oh.
I think it was Oklahoma. Colorado, maybe. We can deal with invasive species, guys. We have the technology.
As that we are the top of the food chain. Like this guy had anything to do with that.
Yeah, you really got us there. Thanks for helping us climb that ladder.
We really fucking buckled down and fucking lifted our way to the top of the food chain. Okay, dude. It is our responsibility to maintain it. Ours. By eating McDonald's, right? Amazingly.
Yeah. We maintain dominance over other animals that we don't eat. Like, we don't eat, every animal on Earth, and we're still above them on the chain.
What are we maintaining?
Yeah.
We're not doing anything. We're watching TV and playing video games.
Our dominance over the rhino population has nothing to do with how many rhinos we eat.
And not destroy it because it hurts our feelings to kill other things for food. Okay. Other animals kill for food. No shit. Did you know that?
We act like animals.
Did you know that? Yeah. Other animals are killing for food?
I hate the appeal.
I didn't fucking know that.
That's a problem I should bring in, the appeal to nature, where it's like, well, if animals do it, then we should do the exact same thing.
Or the opposite.
Yeah.
Other animals kill. It's part of nature. We have always been. So is eating
That's an
poop.
Argument for rape.
Animals.
Be
careful.
Animals rape the shit out of each other. So anytime you go, well, they do that.
They give them little gifts. No, they don't actually. They get consent. Animals have consent. Only animals that enjoy sex rape. Like dolphins and otters and
gorillas, I'm sure.
And people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sex feels great.
Some cultures did practice herbivorism in the past, but they ended up either wiped out because they weren't as strong. Okay, buddy. Eat as much meat as you want. No one's trying to take your fucking meat.
We're just saying if you can get meat in other ways, it'd be great.
Then it would be horrible to have to kill things for it if it was exactly identical to not killing for it. We have pleather. Like we have leather substitutes that people do use. I mean, it's not as good. But if it was as good, it's okay for some people.
Yeah,
okay, Captain Insano, thank you for your comments.
All right, let's just go murder 100 animals so Captain Insano feels better.
Nano USB said, dude, that was an awful episode. I had to vote up all the problems. Get some imbalance in your mix. Seriously, though, awesome show.
So he got us with a little lead in there.
He got me.
Tricked us.
Keep it going, guys.
Awful
Thank
show,
you.
by the way. Not really awful. You really turned it around on me.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I guess you won the traditional rules.
It's the biggest
What's funny is somebody tallied it up and they're like, Vito, you would have won one extra episode being the previous episode. Otherwise, it would be exactly the same.
It's all that matters is who counts the votes, right? You gotta stop the steal.
Sneaky Italian Americans are always trying to
Speaking
get one over on you.
Of Italian Americans, my problem is fake holiday outrage. It's Columbus Day coming up. Do you know that? Which is
I only knew that because of the fake holiday. Literally,
the screeching.
The only time I hear about Columbus Day is because somebody is complaining about Columbus Day. That's the only reason.
I was on a call this week, and somebody said, "Well, we have Monday off because of Columbus Day." Ew. I'm like, you didn't need to specify. You didn't need to say Columbus Day and then add the ew.
Yeah.
So go to work then. Nobody's stopping you. What do you mean, ew? Here's what why it's a big problem. Yeah. Right? Here's what I find funny about Columbus Day. People think that like we're celebrating Columbus.
Right.
On Columbus Day, that it's all about how Columbus was like a great guy. Yeah. Like it's like you're a jolly good, like, oh man, Columbus is like the greatest guy in the world. It's just that that's the only guy that everyone could remember. We had a Mother's Day and a Father's Day. It was like, uh-oh. Now who else? Now who are we going to go to? Like, well, we got, Jesus, God. Everybody knows Jesus. Like, yeah.
We got
Jesus
a couple holidays
Day.
For that guy, right?
Okay. Everybody likes boning, right? Yeah, we got a day for boning. Okay. Who else? Does anybody remember? I don't know. Columbus, the guy that discovered the country, I guess. I don't know. I remember him from school. Okay, everybody remember that guy? All right, that's going to be the next. What about that black guy? Yeah. Martin Luther King Jr. or not Jr.? I don't remember that part. MLK Day.
I know he was a king. I don't know which country.
I know he was a king. He wore a lot of suits, right? He was black and white always, so it's probably 1800s, 1700s or something like that.
Right.
It's called Columbus Day because America is too stupid to remember anything else. They could call it Cowboys. They could call it. What are they going to call it? Television Day.
Television
Hey, we got
Day.
Television Day off. Like,
yeah. We already have Pilgrim Day. That's our Thanksgiving.
Already have Pilgrims. First guy's here. We remember. What about the guy who discovered this place?
Yeah, he was a little earlier.
Columbus.
Yeah, we'll give him one too.
Okay, that's it. Do we have anything?
George Washington's birthday. I remember that guy.
We can have a moon day. No, we already used the moon. What about the sun? What is it? Back to guys.
Too much.
We got to go back to guys. It's not about the day was never as a kid.
What about guys who work real hard? Oh yeah, we'll do one of those.
Labor Day. Yeah, working. I hate working. Okay, working.
Let's have a day where we think about that.
Survey says, ding. All the Americans mostly know about working.
Yeah, it's just things we know of.
Trees. We got a tree day? Well, I don't know. Kind of, but I hate them.
Have a sex day with a
what about war?
Day.
We got presidents. What presidents you remember? The first one, the guy on the $1 and the guy on the $5. What about anybody else? No. That's it. Okay.
Didn't they try to give JFK a holiday at one point?
Yeah, but people are like, is that the black guy? I thought he was the other day. Like, no, that's MLK, dude. It's a different K.
I'm surprised we don't have a Reagan Day.
Never
trying to get that passed.
Never was it about, you weren't a kid going, oh man, we got the day off because Columbus was so amazing. It was just that guy that you remember from school. You fucking idiot.
So, but you're worried about the outrage around this or the...
Yeah. It's bullshit.
That every time we talk about it, people need to bring up that it sucks.
You know, I looked up some stuff, too, that Columbus did, and it's not even really that bad.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. Do you have all the stats in front of you?
Yeah, I brought some of it in. Okay,
this is hit up the Wikipedia.
This is how bad that Columbus was, right? Yeah. Columbus the hero. Let's just celebrate it like they think we've been celebrating it the whole time. Okay? If it's going to be such a big problem, we're going to go. It's Columbus the Hero Day from now on. Because we wouldn't have America. We'd be living under Nazi Germany rule. Here's what Columbus said.
America, but we would have Nazi Germany.
Yeah. They brought us parrots and balls of cottons and spears and many other things. They willingly traded everything they owned. They were well built with good bodies and handsome features. See, he's complimentary of the Indians.
Oh, he likes them. Yeah.
They do not bear arms. They do not know them. For I showed them a sword, and they took it by the edge and cut themselves out of ignorance. So they have no iron. Their spears are made of cane. They would make fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them and make them do whatever they... He's just talking about getting them jobs, getting them an education. He's like, with 50 guys, we could subjugate, whatever that happens to mean, to the people, and get them servants jobs. They could be inside, out of the... harsh nature, monstrous nature. Go ahead.
I don't think you read into this nearly as much.
He didn't. By the way, he didn't say the N-word once in that whole passage. Can you believe that?
He did not say the N-word.
Most of our commenters on YouTube cannot go a single sentence without saying the N-word. Yet here's Columbus,
a hero for that.
The monster, not using the N-word, not even coming close.
The punishment for an indigenous person aged 14 or older who failed to fill a Hawk's bell of gold dust. Worth about $400 every 3 months was to cut off the hands of those without tokens and leave them to bleed to death.
He's joking. You say,
I don't know if he's
what are you going to do if you don't bring me a whole sack of gold? I'm going to cut your hands off. He's joking. It just doesn't translate into this modern age.
Some historians have argued that the accounts of the brutality of Columbus have been exaggerated as part of the Black legend, a historical tendency of anti-Spanish sentiment. So maybe it's over, maybe it's not.
Here's a totally real story from a priest, by the way, possibly a child molesting one. I don't know. They didn't keep records of that sort of thing back then or now. Las Casas describes how Spaniards rode on the backs of natives. So they're giving piggyback rides around town.
The natives loved them so much that they allowed them to ride on them.
I'm saying, you're telling me that the Spaniards, the conquistadors, would take time out of their day of raping and cutting kids' hands off to climb on top of some Indians and ride them around like they're playing chicken? Does that sound...
like a thing that actually happened?
Does that sound like something that happened? Like, okay, buddy. Sure, they're riding you around. I'm sure have you ever seen somebody ride another man around? Like, even in like the most war-torn regions of Africa? Have you seen that? Have you ever fucking seen that?
This problem seems very Columbus-focused, I feel. This is just a full-throated defense of Christopher Columbus.
Okay, Columbus hate then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Columbus hate. That's my problem.
Columbus hate is your problem.
The priest, who might be a pedophile, goes on to say how the Spaniards thought nothing of knifing Indians by tens of 20s and of cutting off slices of them to test the sharpness of their blades.
How are you giving this as a defense of Columbus?
You think guys just going around just stabbing people like nothing, and they're getting away with that?
Maybe.
You get your ass kicked if you do that. I don't care how many weapons.
I think
one guy's gonna go, okay, let me get that knife. Whop.
I think the point is that they showed up and they had greater numbers and greater weaponry. Yes.
How long's that gonna last?
I don't know, man.
A week.
Yeah, you're right. Because when we showed the Native Americans, as we know, fought us man to man and currently have equal numbers to the rest of America.
They put up a hell of a fight.
They put up a hell of a fight.
The Taliban sure put up a good fight.
Yeah, well, they did.
Take our weapons away from you, right?
Yeah.
He adds.
So you're saying all of this historical, you dispute the historical.
Riding around? If you're going to throw in they were riding around natives, like playing chicken and shit, I got to say, well, then a lot of it, I don't know.
They're playing servant polo.
Two of these so-called Christians he throws that into. Two of these so-called Christians met two Indian boys one day, each carrying a parrot. They took the parrots for fun and beheaded the boys. They took the parrots?
Well,
why would they take the parrots and behead?
This sounds like more incredulousness over what you're just disputing.
It's like a comedy movie, like Dumb and Dumber. Pets' heads are falling off.
No, they killed the kids and took the parrots.
Okay, here's some information for you. You want to be so bent out of shape about Columbus?
Why are you just disputing this based on the absurdity of the accounts?
It's retarded.
Yeah, maybe Columbus was retarded. I don't know. People were kind of crazy back then.
I mean, look, he had a bunch of slaves and sent them back to Spain.
I'm sure
was he buying the slaves too, or were other people buying them?
Oh, so he's not solely to blame because everybody had slaves?
I mean, it's a slave culture.
Yeah. Well, I think once you start cutting off hands for not digging enough golds out of the mine for you or whatever,
it's just an incentive. That's an incentive.
Oh, it's an incentive. He's just a really strict boss.
See, Vito, he was just angry at them and wanted them to be afraid that something bad would happen to them.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad that this problem is going to get voted up. That people are going, yeah, he's just a good guy who got history, doesn't respect.
Would you say that somebody would have discovered America anyway, if not for Columbus?
They already had. There's already people living here.
Okay, then someone would have done the same thing with the slaves then, too. Because the market was there. That is how it works. You can't take away one and say it would have happened anyway and then say, well, the slaves, that was definitely your choice.
No, okay.
It's the fucking market.
Finding a landmass is an eventuality of exploring. Cutting off slavery and cutting off people's hands is not a self-determined thing that must happen.
What if it got kids to bring you bags of gold, would you threaten to cut off their hand?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, right.
No.
Because you're being recorded. That's why you say.
Oh, yeah. No, I would actually cut off their hands. Come on. Hold on. No.
What are you reading?
Yes. Because this is ridiculous.
Okay.
British historian Basil Davidson has dubbed Columbus the father of the slave trade. That's not a good look. That's not good. He was the first man to license African slaves to the Caribbean. And then, of course, the depopulations. The pre-Columbian population of Hispaniola was as much as maybe 2 million. But let's see. Wipes
them all out.
Some have estimated that a third or more of the natives in Haiti were dead within the first 2 years of his governorship. He killed a third of the people in 2 years. That's pretty bad.
Well,
maybe
they should have got looking for that gold.
A holiday. Maybe it could be something else.
Okay, let me. You're Italian, right?
I am,
like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
As a Latinx person, I want to say that I forgive you.
Okay.
And love you. And Christopher Columbus.
You should not
forgive you.
Why is you a Latinx person? Why Columbus? You forgive us for Columbus.
He's a hero. He got everybody the day off work. Without him, we got no holiday. We have George Floyd Day. Okay.
Are they making a George Floyd Day?
Yeah, Juneteenth.
All right.
That's basically George.
Did they make that a national holiday?
Yeah, Biden did.
Good.
So without Christopher Columbus.
Can't complain about gas prices if we get an extra national holiday.
Indian Day? No. Indigenous People Day?
People
don't know what that fucking word means. So that's not sticking.
Well, I will say
what the hell is that?
That's your it's your dog.
Oh, God.
Dick thought it was a crazy
Columbus out here.
I will say it is not okay to take away our Italian American holiday and make it a Native American holiday. You can make a separate Native American holiday, but I think we could come up with a replacement Italian American holiday like
Mario Day,
Pizza Day, Robert De Niro's Happy Fun Time Pizza Day, starring Mario and Chef Boyardee, all classic Italian American legends.
Here's one for all you fucking idiots that have a problem with
Vito Day. Yes,
you ever heard of a little day called Wednesday?
Yeah,
named after the Norse god Odin.
Okay,
he raped a lady.
Well,
so Wednesday's named after a rapist. You want to have such a big. It's a big problem. You got to stop saying hump day. You got to stop using Wednesday. It's the day after Tuesday.
Call it hump day because he's a rapist?
Yeah. Here's another thing for you. How about the month of August? Here's a little quote from, I didn't write down the historian's name. Although the youth, this is Augustus Caesar, August is named after.
Augustus.
Although the youth, Augustus, is powerful and has told Anthony off nicely, yet after all, this is at the celebration of Julius Caesar's coronation or something. We must wait to see the end. But what a speech. He swore his oath with the words, "So may I achieve the honors of my father." And at the same time, he stretched out his right hand in the direction of his statue. Like a Nazi.
Oh, he made a little salute.
August is named after a Nazi.
Okay.
A Nazi saluting.
No.
Yes.
No.
These are just the thing. These are the things
of all the things to focus on Caesar for. His Nazi
Augustus,
saluting.
Yeah,
not his rampaging across a continent and conquering.
There you go. That's my problem. Columbus hate.
The destruction of the Columbus legacy.
Just Columbus hate.
Columbus hate.
You can never destroy that man's legacy.
I think it's kind of fallen down around him. Aren't they taking down his statues? I think
doesn't matter. Everyone will still know. Because people who are pissed off talk about it more. Like Howard Stern. The people who hate Columbus talk about him 100 times more than people who love him. It is just one of those
things where every time the day comes up, I'm like, all right, are we going to complain about it again this year? Or are we just going to accept it?
Forever.
Either do something about it or don't. You don't need to tweet Indigenous Peoples Day. No. We're not taking that. You know why they started?
Indigenous people did a bunch of bad stuff too.
Oh,
by the way,
that's the problem.
Like chopping off heads and kicking them down pyramids and shit.
I almost brought in that problem this week. Maybe next week I'll bring that in.
You're bringing indigenous people?
No, that's not the problem necessarily. I won't give away the title of it.
Okay.
Dick,
go ahead.
I went yesterday. I was trying to play I have a PlayStation. Mm-hmm. You have a PlayStation as well, I believe.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play a video game. Took it off my shelf, put it on my PlayStation, all excited to play.
Uh-oh.
What do I got to do? Give me a drum roll, Tick. My problem is console game installations. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
The whole point of a video game console, the one thing that made it stand out from PCs, you just take it off the shelf, you put the cartridge in, you put the disc in, you play a fucking video game.
Yeah.
That's it. If I want to install the thing, I go to my computer. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So why do we even have game consoles if now you get the disc and what is it? All that's on it is basically an installation file that I gotta wait half an hour before I even play a fucking video game.
Half hour if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Because then there's updates.
They fucked us. They totally fucked us. And we just accepted it without question. When this was first with the PS4.
Yeah.
Architect Mark Kearney, fucking devil in sheep's clothing, comes in and tells us, well, you guys, ideally, the way I've set up our architecture, you should not have to wait more than an hour before getting to play your partially downloaded games.
An hour? Bitch.
Yeah. You didn't tell me that when I load up my game, there's going to be 8 fucking patches that I have to apply to make it run correctly. You cocksucker. You did not tell us this. And now we just accept it. Nobody goes like, hey, this sucks. They go, why are people trying to get a PS5? I hate having a PS5.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time.
Christmas has turned into my brother-in-law and I watching installations. after the kids go to bed,
Yeah.
we fire up the old installer.
Yeah.
The new Gears of War
Do you
installer.
do that, on New Year's Eve and get it all installed for them? Or do you do it on Christmas?
No, that's for us.
Oh,
for
right.
our game.
Right.
Their shit works perfectly.
Yeah, because they're just playing Minecraft. Oh, because the Switch you just plug
downloads and goes.
The cartridge.
Or it's a cartridge.
It should be a fucking cartridge.
Dude, the cartridges are so much better than this. Like the install shit that you can't share games or give them away when you're done is such bullshit.
Dude, everything about video game consoles has become... Because I have a bunch of like PS4 games and I finally realized, I'm like, I don't want these. Yeah. I'm like starting to sell them off. I'm like, I'm just going to get anything that I can't just immediately put into the console and play it. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck's the point? I'll just download it then. Yeah. But the worst thing is that they give you a hard drive in the thing that isn't even big enough to hold enough fucking games. Right now, what do you call it? A PlayStation 5 comes with, it says, it has 825 gigabytes of storage space, of which you can only use 660 gigabytes. Okay, so you don't get that much.
How many games is that? Like, I'm always freaked out that I'm going to lose... that I'm not going to have enough space because I don't have no idea how big the fucking games are.
Okay, I'll give you an example of PS5 games. Mortal Kombat 11, 84 gigabytes. NBA 2K whatever, 100 gigabytes. Hitman, 100 gigabytes. Spider-Man, Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, which is not, as far as I know, even a full-length game. It's like half a Spider-Man game.
Okay.
Because it's like a spin-off of the actual Spider-Man game where you play as the black one. 170 gigabytes.
Can't say that.
And what, you can't say
Venom.
the black one?
No, that's Venom.
No, it's the symbiote suit.
The African one.
No, you can't say that.
African-American one.
He's half African-American. I think he's half Latinx.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really hit all the fucking demographic boxes with that guy. Although it is smart to make him Latinx, because you know where Spider-Man is most popular? Mexico, I think.
Spider-Man. They call him.
What is the...
Spider Hombre?
Spider Hombre, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider Hombre is so fast.
Yeah.
He swings around.
And of course, his web makes shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
For all the little boys. And
then
runs around town and throws them at them.
And of course, Call of Duty... weighing it at a massive 225 gigabytes. You put Call of Duty on there, you only got room for a couple more games, maybe.
Well, it's like they've turned a console into like the 6-disc CD changer.
Yeah,
where you just pick 6 when you get it, and that's your like Disco Fever 2, the best of the Bee Gees, on one of the CDs from the Elvis 70s Masters, Spin Doctors, and Aerosmith, and then that's it.
That's all you get.
It's a box that plays those 6 CDs,
and you can't switch it out. And the worst part is, not only can you not just plug the CD in and just play it, is that also the games aren't even done on the disc. It's like there's not a full game on there.
Yeah,
because they ship it and they go, okay, good. Let's start printing them now, and then we have an extra 2 months before it actually comes out to keep working on it. So you have to get that day one patch, or it just does not fucking work. Like they ship you it's like almost functioning.
Yeah.
Did you see all the shit that happened with Cyberpunk? Did you see that game?
Yeah, it was all messed up.
Dude, if you try to play it off the disc, it is literally just crashes every 5 seconds. It is ridiculous.
What should they do? They should work the developers harder, I think. The developers are phoning it in.
I would say...
have their hands threatened to chop them off.
Well...
There's no bugs today.
No.
Why would he chop their hands off? Because then they couldn't get any more gold. It makes no sense. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense to chop hands off because then they couldn't pick up gold. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but that encourages everybody else to do it better.
Having a guy with no hands?
Yeah, you chop his hands off so everybody else's hands are busier.
What do you do with the hands guy?
The guy who doesn't have hands anymore?
Picks up gold with his feet?
Maybe you leave him one hand. He picks up half the gold.
Now you're negotiating.
I think it was a motivator. Maybe I think they leave him to bleed out. Didn't they say that? He bleeds out in the street.
Motivation has changed a lot.
I feel like we're switching topics.
Go ahead.
I feel like we're switching topics. Honestly, I think you just get rid of game consoles at this point. I feel like why buy a play? Just have a PC at this point. Sony should
not. PCs are such a pain in the ass. It never works.
Then you should make it. I think one way they could do it is say you can download it now and the disc won't come out until it's like completely finished or something. But as is, I mean, they're just putting shit out that is there's no reason to have the disc. The disc means nothing at this point.
Well, there's also no reason to have an install. There's no reason to install software where the hardware is identical. in all cases. Like it should, for the amount of money that you're paying, $80, $90 for some of this shit, you should have a cartridge with a solid state hard drive that has everything pre-installed to run on an identical system to all the others that you just plug in.
Yeah.
Like if you buy it, they should at least send you a fucking disc. I mean, you're talking about fractions of a penny in manufacturing
exactly. It's
that
like
they fuck you over with.
Just like not send you a thing. Yeah, I don't understand why. I mean, you could just ship people hard drives that they just plug into the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because hard drive costs are not that ridiculous, right? I mean, yeah, I guess
the Switch does it.
I mean, but the problem is, the Switch does it. The problem is that then their profit margins go from 100%
to 99.
Like, oh, we got to actually ship them like a thing that has like actual hardware. That now they just sell you a download and it's like, 100%. Or again, a disc, which costs, I think at one point pressing a CD cost something when the technology was new, but they've got it down to, they don't even give you a fucking instruction manual anymore. That's what really fucking pisses me off. That really pisses, because it's like buying a game used to be like, oh, cool, it's like a whole package, you know?
You read it on the way home in the car.
You pull the instruction manual out and you're like, I can get the rocket launcher and it has a spread fire. Like, you're all excited.
Amazing.
Now it's just like, here, take this. And you're like, what? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's a disc with an install fucking thing on it. You feel nothing for having it.
Yeah.
Consumerism has become like so depressing.
Oh, here we go.
No. It used to be that like buying something, it kind of like when you bought a VHS copy of Ghostbusters, you're like, wow, I own a copy of Ghostbusters. I can watch this whenever I want. Now you buy like a fucking Blu-ray
something in
of
the
Ghostbusters.
Ether. You got an email about it. Oh, great.
You get a digital code. You can watch it on our fucking download service, and it's got all these fucking.
It was special. Before it felt good, and now it feels bad. Now it feels like I'm exhausting a resource that's precious to me just by buying it.
There used to be like a level of artifice where it was like, no, you're actually obtaining an item of worth. Your money has purchased something that is worth the equivalent of what your money is. Now every transaction feels like a scam. Like you gave us $60 for nothing. There's nothing. Even if you buy this and plug it in, you can't even play it yet. And you're not. We're going to make you sit there and just download it anyway. You fucking idiot.
And if you buy the DLC wrong, you don't get bonus things.
Right.
I bought the Smash Brothers game.
Oh, you bought the wrong DLC?
I thought I bought the best one, but then I don't have PD Piranha. So every time I play with my nephews, they're whipping PD Piranha out. I'm like, I don't fucking have this guy, and you can't get it now because it was a
limited time. Well, now
thing.
You have to pay for it. It used to be free.
And then there's just a bunch of anime goofballs that I don't understand now.
Everybody's got a sword. There's too many sword guys in the Smash Brothers.
They slapped those chicks with big tits on there, though. That was nice.
The ones from Xenoblade, they have huge knockers.
They didn't have to do that.
See, but I like the Switch because when I buy a Switch, it almost feels like I'm actually getting something.
Yeah.
Because I can just take it off the shelf. It's like I'm not looking at my shelf and being like, oh, there's a bunch of download access codes that I own.
Yeah.
They're not games. They're access to an online database of valueless downloadable content that this company is laughing at me that I have paid them money for something I will never actually own in any real respect. Like, at least I can trade the disc to somebody else.
So what my idea you want them to do? Just send you with the cartridge,
gave you a little cartridge, if they gave you like a hard drive, I would be like, at least I kind of own a thing that I could just plug in and fucking play it. I don't want to install it on this tiny, shitty hard drive you give me.
I know, I hate it.
And then when I want to play a new game, they're like, well, you got to delete an old one because you're out of space. And then I got to look and I got to figure out which game I'm not going to play anytime.
Are my saves surviving?
Yeah. Oh, the saves in the cloud. And if you don't forget to pay for your PlayStation membership, they delete all your saves. I just miss having like a cartridge.
Yeah.
That's why everybody loves the Switch, though. I think that's what they don't understand. They're like, why does everybody keep buying the Switch? Because it feels like
it works like a video game.
It's a video game. It is a video game console.
It's not like this subscription.
It's not an abstract, literally money bleeding subscription box that you put in your household and you go, well, I guess I got to pay $60 a month so I can play games online. And I don't know, I guess there's some stuff on sale, so I should spend some money on some fucking downloads. It's all intangible garbage.
They messed up your video games.
They really screwed it up. I really don't like it.
You need a guy like Columbus to get in there Clean it up.
I don't think Columbus could have helped me.
Make things work.
You saw I got that Neo Geo arcade cabinet. Do you know how big a Neo Geo cartridge is?
Yeah, huge.
Like, Gabe, you know you own a video game at that point. When I look at these Neo Geo cartridges I got, I'm like, see? And there's like 2 fucking circuit boards in there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm actually selling my PS4 games because there's a guy on Craigslist who's got a bunch of sweet Neo Geo games. And I'm like, I want to buy
How much time do you spend like wheeling and dealing with video games? Why isn't there, first of all, like my dad watches those fucking
Pawn
wheeler
Stars and
dealer. Shit. I don't know if he watches Pawn Stars. He watches the guys buying cars and fixing them up.
And American Pickers. There's a bunch of that stuff.
Vito, I'm trying to tell you what show he watches.
What show?
All right?
Sorry. I'm all excited. I'm all flustered with this video game shit.
We buy cars and fix them up and flip them. Wheeler dealer. Yeah. Why isn't there a YouTube show like that with you? Buying shitty video games and selling them for like $10. I bought a Pokemon Pikachu with a vibrating pack, and I'm fucking
I can flip it
selling
around.
I'm buffing out the blemish on the box.
I don't flip nearly as I mostly hoard, and then I flip.
So you have a
rarely.
Disease.
I have
like a compulsion.
I do have a guy who might be coming over after the show to buy a Super Nintendo from me. So I'm trying to get rid of it.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I'm selling a Super Nintendo.
One? Is your house like
just
packed?
One? Oh, I have like 20 Super Nintendos like sitting in a pile.
You brought over a counterfeit 007. What game is that?
Yeah, GoldenEye 007.
GoldenEye for
the N64s are easier to sell if they have games.
But then you took it home with you. The next time you came over, you're like, "Hey, can I get that cartridge back?" I'm like,
yeah, to flip it.
What are you?
Well, what are you? You didn't tell me you wanted to play it again.
I'm gonna keep? Why would I not want to play GoldenEye?
But then Randy fucking yelled at me because I took it back. I thought you guys just wanted to play it that one night.
Why would we only want to play GoldenEye one time?
I didn't know that you guys were having like a whole N64 friendship party. And I think Randy stole it anyway.
Yeah, you might have.
Yeah. Whatever. I got it from China for like...
You took your precious copy of GoldenEye that you probably have 50 of.
Yeah, well, I bought them from China for $5 each, so I'm probably okay on that. It's easier to flip the N64s if they have games, so I just get a bunch of bootleg games from China.
See, like that kind of wheeling dealing is so weird.
I could make like I've thought about making a little video.
Chinese games.
Yeah. Well, because people don't want to buy the N64 unless it's got like Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers. So I'm like, yeah, I got those. It's just, when you boot them up, it goes, oh, ni hao, welcome to a Smash Brothers.
Really?
No, it's the exact same fucking game.
I would like that game.
It's just it's just got a shitty label on it. And
like a racist game that shouts racism
I actually remember seeing a news article where someone's like, I bought this Shrek game for my daughter, and when you boot it up, it just says the N-word 50 times. And the newspaper was like, I can't believe Nintendo would release that. And I'm like, no, that's not. Nintendo didn't. Like, did you guys not take 2 seconds to like read Hacksword by ZQ95? N-word. Like, you thought that was an official Nintendo release?
Mario, but the game Mario, but the character's Chinese, like, and he makes those sounds like appropriate sounds.
Yeah.
Like, wow, wahoo, like Mario does.
Yeah.
But except he's Chinese.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's the game.
He's a Chinese guy making wahoos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I called this problem console game installations.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
I hate it. Every Christmas when we load up it really brings me and my brother-in-law together.
Yeah. Well, they say before you give your kid a game console, you should open it up and install all the patches so your kid's not there on Christmas.
You know what? I hate
struggling.
I knew parents that would assemble like my friend had the Rambo playset.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. They sold Rambo toys to kids.
There was a lot of weird
violent
stuff from that, like,
and it was
era.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I remember it was like, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Rambo's dope.
Did you ever see like the old ads for like the Alien toys from like Kenner? And you're like, dude, that thing is like
it's a horror movie.
How is that for kids, dude? And it was
we watched it.
Yeah, and it was a sweet alien figure. It's horrifying. It was designed, but it's a big penis monster. The guy who designed it was like, yeah, it's phallic imagery. Like I gave him a giant penis for a head.
Yeah.
Like, was that not obvious?
I wanted my nephew. I asked my sister, like, oh, can your nephews play Super Hot? And I showed her, and she's like, oh no, that's too violent. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
what is that?
All these 12-year-olds are playing Grand Theft Auto.
Then they watch the Rabbids show. And these Rabbids are kicking the shit out of each other. Like it's like Rabbids is like Saw for kids. Like these rabbits are just fucking torturing each other.
Tunes always was.
Yeah.
So wait, your friend's parents set up his Rambo playset for him?
Yeah.
That sucks, though.
I know. Yeah. It's like coming downstairs. Like, here's your Legos. They're all set up.
Santa built your Legos for you. Yeah. Was the kid excited?
That's the future of dads. Is dads building their kids' Legos? Well, that's the thing, here's your Millennium Falcon. I know how much you like Star Wars, especially the first 3.
Right. No, that's really. I thought about that recently, where I'm like, they're making a new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it stars kids. I'm like, are kids going to care about Ghostbusters if it's like specifically made for their parents to remember shit?
It's weird.
Yeah, like 20 years from now, are kids going to be nostalgic for the Ghostbusters movie, which was specifically nostalgic for the 80s Ghostbusters
No, they're going to
movie?
like Paw Patrol and Dora the Explorer and shit. They're not going to care about any of this man-child shit.
It's very weird which franchise. I saw Felix the Cat is coming back, and I was like, can't we let some of these things die?
Okay. Time for my problem. My problem. Time for a real problem is waiters who don't write the order down. If you are a waiter and you do this to me, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
At the table.
Yeah.
My nephew ordered a very simple order, pancakes with the chocolate chips in the pancakes. Okay?
How else would you make chocolate chip pancakes?
You know what he got?
What?
Pancakes with a bunch of fucking chocolate chips thrown all over the waiter didn't write it down, right?
I
get a call from my sister who's on vacation with her kids.
Yeah.
She's like, he's melting. Bam Bam is melting down because he got his pancake order got fucked up, and he keeps saying, why didn't he just write the order down? Because he didn't write even a child.
Right.
No, why didn't you write the fucking order down?
You could have not ruined my day.
You ruined my day. You ruined my parents' day. People are looking at my sister like she's a child beater.
Yeah,
because the fucking waiter decides to put on a performance that no one asked for and is only appreciated by the very dumbest, by the armpit of the IQ bell curve. I'm talking about this for you, this side.
Yeah.
Low, and then it humps up to the middle, but this side right here, I call that the IQ armpit. Okay?
The guys who go, wow, I can't believe you didn't need to write any of that down.
90, 85, 90. The armpit of the IQ before it boosts up into normal. Pilots they at least write down where they're going.
Yeah.
It's right on the computer. They make a map.
Most jobs, yeah.
No other job does this. And no other surgeons.
I was going to say doctors probably have something.
They got some kind of a book or something. I don't know.
Tells them which arm to cut off and why.
Another doctor there. They got a bunch of charts.
Yeah.
Something. A construction guy doesn't go, I got it. We're building an apartment. Oh yeah, check this out, everybody. I'm going to build this thing without writing anything down. Write the shit down. What's your purpose here? Are you an entertainer? Are you like a mentalist, like Danny Gans, entertaining everyone with your fucking amazing powers of mind memorying? Just write the fucking order down. Don't make this all about you shithead. To get $1 extra in tips from some fat yokel family who wandered in here off of their Grapes of Wrath caravan and is giggling themselves stupid at your ability to remember 4 things.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Especially because you don't know how complex the order is going to get. Like, you could start off being like, oh, they're going to order. And then people have little things. I don't want sauerkraut or put this on the side. You know?
I'm just going to start from now on if I see that, if a waiter's doing that, after I kill them. Yeah. I'm going to start reading the digits of pi. 3.145, just in the middle of the order. You're like, wait. Fuck, I got to write it down.
And I had that with a waiter too, where they keep coming back to the table and they go, who had the thing? You had the Pilsner, right? And then I'm like, yeah. And they did it like twice.
You're making me reorder?
Yeah.
Just write it down. That's all you have to do.
I don't know. I think it's just a laziness.
Well, I tried to find some reasons for why waiters don't do
they have
this.
servers gave their reasons?
You know what? You know who memorizes things and everyone's impressed? Children. They memorize poems, times tables. Oh, check this out. I know I'm singing we're all having a big pageant. We're singing the 12 days of Christmas that we all memorized. Oh, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Look at these
kids adult comes up to you and says, check out this thing I memorized. You say, get the fuck away from me. I don't fucking care if you memorized something.
Yeah, whenever they have those guys who did actually memorize the digits of pi, I go, that's a waste of my time.
They're they're retarded.
Yeah.
That's who memorizing is for little children and retarded people or autistic, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever is politically correct in this Christopher Columbus hating world.
Our artistic listeners, we love you.
I found some reasons that they give. Some restaurants require that you write nothing down. This guy says most don't, though it's really not that hard to remember 4 or 5 orders. But you fucked up the chocolate chips.
I don't
my
even
nephew's
understand why you would make
pancakes, didn't
chocolate
you?
chip pancakes and not put. Were they like uncooked, like chocolate chips on top?
Yeah, because he fucking
melted?
didn't remember it. He didn't write it down, and then probably remembered when it was too late and said, "Oh, throw some chocolate chips on there." That's my thinking. But I would have caused if that happened to me, I would have caused a gigantic scene and said exactly that.
Well, I would have been like, go back there. It takes 5 minutes to cook a pancake.
Make them again.
Yeah, make them again.
Make all of it again. Bring it all out at the same time.
Every single dish.
We're not eating in front of him because he's going to melt down. Throw it all away. Throw it at some homeless person. Make it all again. Why am I doing your job?
Yeah.
You should know this. Write this down, actually. Get a piece of paper out and write down, make it again. And don't fuck up this time.
It's really, I mean, I understand you're making a lot of orders, but if you had a thing in front of you, there's really no excuse. And you can look at it and be like, oh, I made that. Then if you have it written down, you go, oh, I made that wrong. Well, I'm not going to send it out because it's wrong.
It's wrong. I'm not going to go out and ask them if they want me to make it again. I'm just going to make it again.
Yeah. Especially pancakes.
Oh, you know what? By the way, the kitchen fucked up. You did. The kitchen didn't do it. I know for a fact because those are chefs and you're an idiot. The kitchen fucked this up.
That's the other thing. Like, why would the chefs know? Like, you know, but then you got to communicate it to the chefs. So there's so many layers at which it can go wrong.
And there's one who can lie about everything.
Right.
Here's the other popular reasons they gave. Because the computer prints it out, and we have to use a POS, a point of sale system. So they have to go use a computer to put in the order that prints out the ticket.
And they can't write on that slip.
No, there's a waste. It's such a waste to write down and then go use the computer. So they just remember it.
Yeah.
And then go to the computer.
Oh, what a waste.
Yeah. Other reason, I get more tips from surprised folks.
That's so stupid. I have never tipped anyone more because they didn't write down my order. That's moronic. Wow, you're really a wonderkind. Have you ever when have you ever given a server like more of a tip? What would they have
I want to fuck
do?
them.
Yeah,
that's
if
it.
they're like a hot chick.
Yeah, that's it. And because they pour insanely loaded drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I order a whiskey and it comes back and it makes me sick to see, then they're getting a 10% tip.
Yeah. 10%. Oh, high roller here. High roller. Up from the normal 3 or 4.
That's my look, it's just
write it down.
We've had this has got to be one of the first inventions. I don't know. But it's there for a reason. And this don't work so good.
What's worse, you know what?
The brain doesn't work so good.
That's a good problem.
Thank you. Have you ever had a waiter that not write something down and you're sitting there anxious the whole time, causing you intestinal problems?
My waitress was great because she started telling us about the things she meant to do for us, where she's like, how is that bread? And we're like, oh, we never got any bread. She's like,
I meant to bring you some bread. What are we dating? And you're, honey, I meant to get you flowers today because you had such a rough day. That's pretty good.
I'm so glad you meant to bring us some bread. Well, our food's already here, so yeah, that was a weird one.
They can't do. They should be getting paid less.
Yeah,
waiters. You know,
they should be getting paid less.
They should all be getting paid.
They could make
waiters and game developers are overpaid and underworked and lazy.
Well, not every waiter sucks it up.
Not all
sucks,
but most.
Well, on your 10% tips, I'm sure they'll get there one of these days.
Guys, let's all satirically leave 10% tips.
You know where I'm a bad tipper is those deliveries. Do you use those delivery apps?
Yeah.
I looked into it, and it's like they get like a minimum whatever. They know exactly how much they're going to get before the delivery happens.
Yeah.
And they can say no. I'm like, well, they have a choice.
Oh, okay.
So if I offer a shitty tip and they don't want to bring me the food, then I'm like, all right, no, that's your choice, man.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up going to some guy who's desperate, and
you end up spending it on video games.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at a copy of Top Hunter on Craigslist for $125, and I'm like, oh, that would be great.
How many games do you think you have?
Oh, I know exactly how many. Check my.
You wrote it down. I noticed.
Well, no, I have a database.
That's good.
I have a database that gives me the current. I've showed you this.
That's what I do at work. I'm like, well, when's our meeting? I'll just remember it.
I did write it down. Currently, I have 3. Well, these are items in collection, so it also includes peripherals and consoles.
Okay.
3,218
things.
Yeah, things.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of things. Okay, what's your last problem?
My last problem, and the best problem, is a problem we're calling Master Erasure.
Oh, yeah, okay. Master Erasure.
This was a problem we tried to do on Ralph's show, and we ended up just talking about Chaggit, which I think was pretty good, actually.
Worked out.
That was good. Should have Chaggit come on the show.
No.
Come on! He can give us his biggest problem is a male unity.
No, it'll... yeah.
And, or the age of consent, probably. Yeah. Why autistic people like him can't date 12-year-olds or whatever he was doing.
Age of consent's too low.
Yeah.
Should be 60.
Should be. I don't think women should be allowed to talk or show their faces until around age 30. The word master, Dick, comes from the Latin adverb magis, meaning more. Yeah. Not less, but more. I have more. I am the master.
That's where master comes from?
That's where master comes from Latin.
Magic?
Magis,
like a wizard?
with an S.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if magis, I'm sure magis probably relates to magic as well. First appeared in English over 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
Referring to people who had more authority over others, rulers, employers, teachers, fathers. And the word has many positive connotations. Mm-hmm. For instance, you might want to achieve in college a master's degree.
Not for long.
Not for long, no. Not anymore. Maybe there's a new
smart degree. That's what they're going to call it from now on.
We're getting to. You might want to master a new skill. You might want to purchase a painting from one of the old masters.
Nope.
Or even watch a maestro, which is Italian for master, conduct an orchestra. Tennis pro. Maybe you'll compete in the Masters tournament. Dick, no more. Why? Yeah. Racist. You're a fucking racist. All the masters.
Yeah.
Because the only connotation that word has, obviously, is slavery. The word master has never existed prior to that.
I don't even think it really had a slavery connotation.
No, not really.
I don't.
Most slave owners were slave owners.
They were churching up a little bit. Yeah. Like, oh, please don't call me a slave owner. Whoa. I'm the master.
I'm really more of a slave master.
I'm more of a maestro.
Yeah,
really.
I'm more of a slave maestro, as you would say. This, of course, results in the ever-changing language. A common term you might have heard is master bedroom.
Yeah.
Out of the household where dad sleeps in the big bed. And of course, now because the world is racist, real estate boards have banned the term master bedroom. Yes. New York, Toronto, Houston, and other cities.
Oh, really?
Well, no longer. Yes.
Houston?
Big cities. Houston. New York.
New York, I get.
New York, you understand, is a bit liberal and whatever.
But Houston?
Houston will not say master bedroom anymore.
They call it slave owner bedroom in Houston. They went the other way. Like, we're not calling it anymore.
You guys made it worse. Yeah, that's the Ensler room. No, I think they're calling it like the main bedroom, the big bed. I don't know what they're calling it. Primary bedroom, sure.
That sounds like a pedophile.
And that's really going to help, with, housing for African Americans. Not calling it the master bedroom. That's very important, because in 2016, black mortgage applicants were 2.6 times more likelier to have their applications turned down. But at least they can apply for a place and it doesn't have, the slave owner's bedroom anymore.
I'm just shocked that anyone was turned down for a mortgage application.
Yeah, well.
Like, why? That's shocking.
Well, at this point, they're changing the rules a little bit. They got a little bit after the crash, I think.
No, they did not.
They didn't at all.
They did not.
The point is, Dick, this term is so racist that it first appeared in 1923 in a Sears catalog.
What about masturbator?
Stop saying these racist terms right now. Okay, you're a maestro baiter. Maestro baiter. Yeah, it's still bad because it still means
Italian
master.
though, so you could say it.
You can't say it. You know, another place you can't say master.
What
is college? Harvard, places like Harvard, Yale. What do you have in charge of the
master's degree?
No, in charge of the what do you call it? The dorms, the
RA, the headmaster,
the housemaster.
Oh, I didn't know that was a word.
Yeah, I think they use it in Harry Potter as well, you know?
Sure.
Those Potterheads are really coming down. Well, students complained about the horrible racism of their schools, so now we have faculty deans.
Okay.
No more housemasters. Let's erase the legacy of all this. And that was at Yale, Harvard, also the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You would think these tech nerds would...
MIT is fuck MIT.
Dude, MIT sucks, yeah.
I hate MIT.
I used to bike past there every day.
Cocksuckers.
All those little nerds. Mm-hmm. Oh, and of course, if you're a programmer...
That's the worst one.
It's an
honestly...
you have the master computer, and who works under the master computer? The slave.
You have the drive. This master drive and the slave drive. That they changed that is so bizarre.
Yes, they're changing it, and it will no longer be. It'll either be main/replica or leader/follower.
Okay,
which just sounds.
What about slave? Can you change slave, or is that still?
Well, that's
bad?
going to be follower. Leader follower instead of master.
So master,
slave.
It's not that you're in charge, it's that it has any kind of connotation to slavery at all. Because like slave one, like Boba Fett's ship, is that bad?
Oh,
too?
Did you not hear that they're getting rid of that?
Are they getting rid of that?
Well, now when
what
you
are they calling it?
Boba Fett's spaceship. It used to be. It used to be.
Wait a minute. Can you imagine? There is Star Wars is like a primer for racism. For kids,
it's about
it's like these guys look different, and they all act the fucking same.
And there's slaves, and there's bounty hunters. It's like, hey, it's a wild way. It sucks. It's a bad universe to live in, and you learn. But the great, the good
but all
Jedi
sci-fi is like this race of people always acts aggressive, and this one's always like super intelligent. And it's like you guys are. You're training kids on how to do a racism.
Yeah, all the people from this race are very, very intelligent.
Yeah.
And all these ones.
And it's weird when they act out of character. Yeah. If there's like a sensitive one, it's like, whoa. If there's like a robot that doesn't act like a fruit, it's like, whoa, how strange.
Well, it's weird. You're breaking out, and some robots do better on IQ tests. You're going to, housing applications more easily, and you never know why.
But they're changing the slave part.
Well, so... On the toys now, instead of saying Slave 1, it just says Boba Fett's spaceship. Yeah, I made the joke.
MLK 1, that's what
MLK
it says.
1, Black Lives Matter 1. I think they're actually calling it like Fire Spray, which is the class of ship.
Fire Spray?
Yeah, so he drives like a certain class of ship.
Dragon Jizz?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's something stupid. Or they're getting rid of,
but he's a slaver. Like, he's a bad guy.
He literally is a bad guy.
He would name his ship...
That's one reason I don't like that Mandalorian is they're making Boba Fett like kind of a good guy, and I'm like, no, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
He's an awful slaving, bounty hunting jerkwad.
Yeah,
they're like, no, he's actually, he can have a life debt to a guy, and you're like, no, stab you in the back.
Stupid.
Well, everything's stupid, and I think getting rid of a master everything. If they rename the Masters tournament,
what are they going to name it?
I don't know.
Golf.
They're going to call it the George Floyd Memorial Tennis Expo. That's the only way to atone for the historical.
I hate Columbus.
I hate Columbus. George Floyd Memorial, Martin Luther King Day, Juneteenth.
Is it junior or not junior?
It is junior.
I never know. It's junior.
Yeah, MLK Jr.
Who's MLK?
His father.
Just a guy? Just a black guy?
I think he was also a pastor.
Oh,
he's just like...
See, it's so confusing.
Yeah, he's just like a guy.
So it's MLK Junior Day.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Officially, it is MLK Junior Day. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Junior has a weird connotation.
What if there was a black guy, what if he was named Master Slave?
Well, I don't know what you do in that situation.
Is he canceled?
I don't know what you do.
It's like if a tree falls in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any more master stuff?
No.
Erasure?
I just master erasure. I got to get rid of it because the only possible way to use that term is in reference to slavery. Apparently,
can you remaster something, or is that
no?
Okay.
All these remasterings of games.
Gotta change all that.
All that. What do you call it?
Rejigger it?
Mass Effect.
That's too close.
Remastered. No.
You can't say you can rejiggered it.
Yeah, no, you can't say that. Got to get rid of it. Stop remastering things.
So your problem is kind of like my Columbus problem, but not as big.
Not as big.
Yeah.
They're not erasing Columbus Day. They're erasing Master. It's already begun.
You know what?
Columbus Day is fine, baby.
I would love Columbus to come back and have a reckoning for all these people that are calling him ooh, shitting on him all over the place, talking about cutting off hands.
Well, he should come back and cut off some hands.
Then you'd see a fucking day. You'd have something to cry about for real.
I really think that the Italian American community, we're going to reclaim the holiday. We're just going to give it a different name.
What?
Robert De Niro's Fun Time Pizza Day for Italian American boys and girls.
All right, everybody. Our problems are Columbus hatred.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is it Columbus hatred?
Whatever it is on the site. You'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Of course, console game installations.
Yeah. Waiters who don't write your order down.
Maybe it's just modern console gaming. I don't.
No, it's you did it. The install is the most important part.
Waiters who don't write things down. Cocky waiters.
Yeah. No, the whole thing. Waiters who don't write.
Waiters who don't write things down.
Write down your order. Yeah.
Doesn't have a cute term for it.
No, because it's not cute.
It's not cute at all.
It's not funny.
Master,
and they should stop.
Erasure.
Because they're doing it out of greed, by the way.
Partially, it sounds like it, but I don't understand.
They're doing it out of greed and to show off. They're doing it to interrupt your... these comments I'm reading is like... here's one. Since I don't need to write anything down, my hands are free so I can get the orders while I'm watering the table. Like what? You need to, what are you, like an octopus waiter? You got to water the fucking table while you. First of all, I don't believe that you can do two things at the same time.
I think waiters who want you to be impressed by how good a waiter they are that's like the saddest thing.
The worst waiter. Yeah.
Shouldn't you as a waiter want to be like, by the way, I'm like a computer programmer in my spare time. I don't just do this. You know?
I don't. Just write it down. Just fucking write the order down.
Like, do you want to be known for your waitering skills?
Yeah, they do.
I remember the worst thing I ever had with a waiter was we were at like a Denny's. I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's like one of these things that always stuck with me was I was like, I want this breakfast special. And it was like eggs with like cheddar cheese on them, some hash browns, bacon, whatever.
Ooh,
and she starts going on this spiel. She's like, well, actually, you can order this thing and this thing. And you'll get basically the same breakfast for cheaper. And my family's like, oh, that's great. And I'm like, well, do I get cheese on the egg? And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, then I don't want it. And she's like, but it's cheap. And like, my family's like arguing with me. And I'm like, can I just get the thing I want? Like, to not save $2? Why? And this fucking waitress came in and just like, her helpful. Like,
you should have said right away, let me speak to your manager. And then when he comes over to say, she called me the N-word.
And she disparaged Columbus in front of my Italian family.
Yeah, she said ew about Columbus
Day. Disparaged it.
All right, everybody, go to biggestproblem.show to vote on the problems. Patreon.com/biggestproblem
to listen to our fantastic bonus episode and more to come.
It was great. It was really great.
Yeah. We got to figure out how often we do those.
Yeah. Once a month, I think. Maybe. Whenever we want. Like it's up to us. We're in charge here.
We're the masters here. Uh-oh.
We got voicemails, too. I forgot if I play out
the chat.
Oh, yeah, sure. There you go. Whoa. Oh. Got 2 super chats. You want to read them? Go for it.
We have a super chat from Pop Quiz for $4.99. Says, who farted And a super chat from Renegade Priest who says, "Stop ignoring us."
Wonderful.
Thanks, guys. I don't know how well we can integrate the chat. Before we get into voicemails, Dick, I have a gift from a fan.
Oh.
He said you'd get it.
Yeah.
It's a bottle of Fireball whiskey, cinnamon whiskey.
Fireball liqueur. It's Fireball flavored liqueur.
It says it's not. It says whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor. Does that sound like whiskey to you? I don't know.
Natural cinnamon.
I mean, I'm not going to drink.
It's full of glycol. It got melted plastic parts. I don't know.
Well, it's not a
whiskey
bottle, which is always.
Would you say
good.
Would you say Fireball is a good sipping whiskey?
No,
you wouldn't.
No, you kind of got to mix it with a million things to make it not taste like cinnamon.
Yeah, because no one likes cinnamon except for
I really don't like cinnamon.
Women like cinnamon.
I'm trying to think of any situation in which I like cinnamon, and there's really none.
You know, wake up every day.
Maybe like a Cinnabon, but I really don't even like Cinnabon.
Cinnamon up my buns.
Yeah.
Throw some cinnamon on there, on my Toast Crunch.
I don't like Toast Crunch.
No, cinnamon's horrible. Okay, here we go. I do get it.
Thank you to the fan. Good joke, maybe.
Take it with you. It is a good... Somebody...
I'll take it with me,
A former idiot that I used to work with said Fireball is a, quote... good. He was trying to show off.
Yeah.
For some reason, he was trying to show off his knowledge of whiskey.
And he brought up Fireball
in front of two alcoholics.
Right.
And he said, Fireball, it's a good sipping whiskey.
What?
It's not even a whiskey.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's like a mass-produced swill. It's like sugar. It's like a Zima.
It's like a fun joke whiskey, I feel. It's like, oh, yeah, it tastes like those shitty candies no one likes.
It's for getting girls wasted.
Yeah.
Like an atomic, what were those?
If I'm going to talk about any kind
cinnamon
of
balls, what were those called?
Yeah, exactly. They're called hot
toddies.
Well, hot tamales is the
hot hammers. Is that what they were called?
I think they were called fireballs.
Hot shots. They were called fireballs. Yeah.
Were they called fireballs?
They were called fireballs.
I think so.
Okay, I'm playing voicemail.
And I'm going to drink some Fireball.
Hey, Dick, after hearing your problem about macho weatherman, you sound like you set your thermostat to 74 degrees in the summertime because you didn't want to get go fuck yourself.
See?
I told you.
See what it is with people?
Yeah.
These macho weathermen?
Well, I'm not going to say.
See how annoying?
I'm not going to say to be fair, but, you know. I said I'm not going to say it. That doesn't count.
You see how annoying they are?
Yeah.
You see how annoying they are and proud of how they are?
Kind of has a point. I'm going to try this sipping whiskey.
Oh, yeah, have a nice sip. What do you think?
Yeah, it tastes like that candy I don't like.
Okay, here we go.
What a shitty problem. Just give a courtesy flush after the initial shotgun blast, you fucking animals. No wonder you don't wash your hands when you shit.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes you splash it in a... That was about a bonus problem, shotgun sharts.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets in places that the jets don't, or whatever you call it.
It's not... The water doesn't cover the entire inside of the bowl.
No.
And the shit will shoot and ricochet.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like you've never shit. Don't pretend like your shit doesn't get everywhere. Like it's just like a one big solid log every
like this
time.
This guy's mom is cleaning his toilet for him.
I hope.
Yo, I was listening to the biggest problem in the universe bonus episode.
All right, thank you.
At the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem waiting. It was too visceral, man. That shit fucking sucks.
I think that is the biggest problem.
As a mechanic, it sucks?
No, he's at the mechanic.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Dude, sitting in those waiting rooms and they got that shitty coffee sometimes and the worst magazines.
I'd rather be tortured than wait because at least something's happening.
I absolutely agree with you.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Dick. Hey, Vito.
Hi.
The Underground Railroad. Where to begin?
Are we really doing this?
It was not a railroad.
Yeah.
They didn't use it. There was no rails.
Okay.
It was just like underground, like hip hop was underground.
You don't think that's
in the tunnels? That's where all the hip hop
underground. They're not like coming out of fucking tunnel, Dick and Vito.
They're not chuds.
I like that he's blaming you for this as well.
Anyway, Vito, you're stupid.
Should I wait for the next voicemail to address this?
Yeah.
Do the first. Yeah, do this one first.
Vito.
Underground Railroad that you thought was real.
Oh, come on, man. The Underground Rail. You really think that the slaves built a fucking railroad?
Underground tunnel system.
Yeah. With the Chinese, they built it.
Now, I know that you're pretending now that you were just kidding.
Fuck you.
I know
that. No. Hold on.
I know that you're going to act like you were just joking.
Shut the fuck up. As we were doing the show, I did a great bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a joke that I've been working on. Where I play a dumb guy who thinks the Underground Railroad was a real railroad.
Yeah.
And I figured the audience would get, oh, he's doing a bit. It's like a fun. And as we were doing it, I'm looking in the chat and they're going, Vito's so dumb. He's going to try and play this off as a joke.
When they were right.
No, I'm not. Dude, go watch the episode.
We all watched it.
I'm cracking a smile because I know how dumb it is.
Because you're so happy at the thought of slaves making a break for it in an underground Polar Express type of
they build
underground railroad.
They don't even have
they made out of peanuts or something. I don't know what you think.
Building a regular railroad is tough enough that I can't imagine the slaves.
How's it tough? You just put down metal, put down tracks, done.
They built a little choo-choo train.
You said they used old underground mining things.
No. I said I don't know what I said because I was fucking joking. Yeah, what did they build the train out of?
Peanuts.
Yeah. All right. I'll admit
Mattering.
To it.
They built it out of.
I literally thought that the slaves had a literal subterranean rail system, as I said in the episode.
How else would they escape? Just walking around where there's dogs. And
I know what they would go to people's houses and hide in the fucking cupboards or some shit, and then. Not even hide in the cupboards. You just stay in their shed and then you went on to another fucking place.
Maybe someone will believe that you were joking.
Oh my, yeah.
But I don't think a lot. I don't think a lot of
joking.
I don't think you were. I was sitting here the whole time.
Well, at first
I even asked, "Are you joking?" And you said no.
And I committed to the bit as a good comedian would do. I didn't realize this audience accepts everything at face value. As I said, this is the bathwater again. All right, this is when I go, yeah, I vaped bathwater. That was
a joke, though.
I went to regular fucking public school. Okay, in Massachusetts, we have some of the best schools in the nation. And
that's not saying much.
Because it's Massachusetts, they won't shut the fuck up about slavery and our liberal guilt and whatever the fuck else. So I probably learned about the Underground Railroad every 10 seconds of every. They found a way to like shove it in the math class. Like if 10 slaves are on the Underground Railroad, and there's two slave masters around the corner.
You know what the crazy thing about slavery and how much kids are taught about it is?
What?
It's like it's so optimistic to think that you will have a choice to be a slaver or not.
Right.
Like,
they've stopped the future of it.
That was the 1% of people that could afford to buy other people and like feed them and not like have a revolt immediately. Like slavery works with one person's like
they did have revolts. They just didn't always go very well.
But I'm saying like there's no what you tell kids in grade school is look, maybe one day if you're lucky, you could have one slave.
Right.
Like, none of you are ever you're in public school. The kids that are having slaves are all in private school. You guys don't even need to learn about the concept of slavery. Yeah. You're all slaves in here right now.
And listen, all you white kids, you don't even got to feel that bad about it because most of your family you weren't going to afford slaves.
You had no choice because you're dumb and poor.
Trash. Yeah,
you have no concept. You have no reason to think about this. At all.
Timmy with the nice, he always brings like a fancy lunch to school. His family might have had some slaves.
The kid with the Neo Geo?
Yeah.
He might have had a couple slaves.
The Neo Geo kid definitely had a slave or two.
Yeah. Bezos. Yeah. Warren Buffett. Those are the guys that did the slavery.
My garbage Italian family who came over and lived in the fucking slums of New York. We did not have any slaves. I tell you what.
So fucking dumb. It's like, it's the richest people. The richest people did that.
Yeah. We also learned way too much about Martin Luther King. I hate to say it.
Junior. You got to say the junior thing. It's confusing for people like me.
I don't know. I think you're allowed to default after a while.
Oh, he becomes senior and you become the Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Ooh. It's a power move on dad.
Ascend if you have more clout than your father.
That's a dangerous move for a junior.
Yeah.
You're naming your kid Junior, but you're setting yourself up for a usurpation.
To become the junior.
Senior.
Yeah.
Go shit.
Oh no.
Oh, that's Dick Masterson. No, that's not. That's Junior.
That's
no,
Junior.
you're Senior.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyway, the Underground Railroad was a complex system of trains. Why do you think
You're
so many?
joking, but
why do you think so many black people are train conductors?
You're joking now.
They're naturally good. I'm joking now. All right. Go watch the episode.
Last one.
Hey, Dick. Hey, Vito. I got a biggest problem in the universe. It's a little abstract. It's people who can't admit that they just got something wrong. It happens to everyone. And especially people who get something wrong about very basic, obvious facts that should be like aware to everyone. They try to pretend like they knew it the whole time, and it's childish and embarrassing, quite frankly, that they just can't admit these things. And it's okay, but we won't think any less of you, Vito.
Is he talking about the fucking Underground Railroad thing?
But because we can't possibly.
Is that what he's talking about?
I don't
know.
It's fine if you didn't know.
I didn't.
It's cool, buddy. It's fine.
I didn't know that. I only listened to the first couple seconds.
People really think I wasn't making a joke? Come on.
You weren't.
I know about slavery, okay? I grew up in the most liberal town in America.
Really?
I really did.
How many slaves were there?
In our town? My town?
Overall.
I don't know, but my hometown.
Well, how much do you know about slavery then?
You're saying how many slaves were in America?
Yeah, ever.
I think it was like 200,000?
No, millions.
In the North American slave trade?
I think it was like 1 million.
It might have been like 1 million. I don't remember. I don't have that number. All I know is my former hometown just voted to institute reparations for the black people in my town.
In like money or like songs?
They're giving money.
You're gonna sing you guys a song?
No. Everybody. I think they get like a portion of the taxes to build like a black community center.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Look up Amherst, Massachusetts.
Reparations?
We have my former hometown has voted This is why I had to leave.
A community center? Oh, wow. Thanks a lot.
They haven't decided what to do. They basically just told all the black people, here's a bunch of money. And
only they use it?
Yeah. It's their reparations.
It's their reparations center?
They get their own reparations fund, and they can, set up a Juneteenth shindig or, I don't know, open
They should take it to Vegas.
They should put it all on
black.
Put it all on black. Yeah, all right.
Come on.
Sorry.
So you're saying you're making all these jokes, but then you
I missed
fuck up
the
a
most
red
obvious one. Put it all on 19.
Yeah. Put it all on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
And then when the casino
Put
says,
it all on Juneteenth.
what's that? You say racist until they double your money. Put it on Juneteenth.
It's the Black Night. Is Juneteenth the 19th?
No one knows.
Or is it the
Juneteenth.
17th?
It's between the lines.
Yeah, you can do
That's
any
where
of the teens.
racism is. God, that would be funny if a casino put Juneteenth on the roulette wheel.
I don't think they're going to do that, though.
They might.
Don't they have those holiday wheels, though, where you can, like, pick stupid shit? Some casinos, it's like you can put $1 on Christmas or, like, Halloween or something, and they spin a stupid wheel.
And if Christmas comes up, then
Christmas comes up, you get, like, $25.
You know what?
I think it's for old people.
I played War in a casino.
Did you actually?
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
I had a fucking full mat doubles.
That's a
War
joke
with
yeah, that's a joke from Vegas Vacation.
No, that was what card am I thinking of?
No, they also
played
had
War, Casino War.
Because he played a bunch of different things. He's like, War. I play this all the time with Russ.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I can't believe they actually had War in a casino. That's
awesome. The New York, or at the Bellagio. I can't remember. It was awesome.
I wonder if they did that because like Vegas Vacation is a funny, popular kind of movie.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Bye.
I'm going to Vegas. I'll go play War.
I don't know if they have it anymore.
Probably not. The Underground Railroad is real.
People could make up their own minds.
Oh my God.